Okay. That looks better. Okay, we're back. We're back. Making a game in 7 days. Some kind of boss rush rhythm game. Hello, Rad Doctor in YouTube chat. Welcome. This is what we're doing. We got 7 days. Okay, so we're gonna start coding some gameplay mechanics. And since it's a rhythm game, I should probably put together a test music track so I have something to work with here. Is this a game jam? Yes, it is. There is a boss rush game jam. It started like 3 weeks ago. There's only a week left, but I really wanted to do it, and now I have time, so we're doing it. Okay, pausing the music so we can put together a test track, and then we'll code up some gameplay, and hopefully the first level or so will be playable by the end of tonight. So we're just gonna put together something really, really short. And then try to get the game mechanics working. Yeah, what's your suggestion, Aaron? I am open to suggestions. I'm going to turn down my desktop audio a little bit so it's not too bothersome. Turn it down more. Just something really basic here. Let's make a new pattern. It's been a while since I've used FL Studio, so I might have to get used to the controls. I should only show the eyes until he's the boss, then he can show his true form, like a reveal. I like where you're going with this. So let me switch here. I was thinking, here I have a mock-up of different faces for the boss. I think this file. I really like that idea. I was thinking that, yeah, his face should change at some point. But yeah, adding eyes is a great idea. Yeah, I figure these are just random faces. I don't know which ones I'm going to use. But I figure like some of these are going to make him seem a little bit more evil. Like that or something. Hello, Boy10KZ in YouTube chat. Am I streaming on Twitch? Yes, I am. I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now. Okay, let me... just put together a short testing track. Who is on Twitch? A very cool fellow named Aaron TV. How many Twitch viewers? I don't know. I haven't checked. Usually more folks are watching on YouTube than Twitch. Let's do a bass. I don't get ad money on Twitch, but I don't know. I like streaming to as many places as possible. End up meeting a bunch of different people that way. What is the coding language I'm using for this game? So I'm going to be using Godot's default coding language. It's called Godot script, but it's pretty much Python. Normally I would use C#, but I want this to be a browser game, and C# is not supported. So we're using Godot script. Oh, perfect. Okay. Ugh. Let me set the BPM. There you go. 106. Howdy, Slugcat. Jeez, I have not used FL Studio in a long time. Okay, that's perfect. That's great. Just need something to get us started, and then we can work on the coding. There you are. I'm gonna walk over to my piano really quick. Okay, got it. I planned out a song I wanted to use for this. I just forgot what it was. Thanks for joining, boy 10KZ. Yeah, music is super hard. Very difficult. Even if you like think of a good melody or chord progression or something, that's not enough to make it sound good. You gotta mix it, do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let me use a softer sound here. I'm gonna do something a little softer because I'm gonna be playing this over and over and over again. I don't want it to start to hurt. All right, may as well do chords. May as well just keep adding things. Actually. Let's take this, move it up. Oh my god, what are the controls? Please. All right, screw it. Oh my god. What's the other chord? E flat minor or something. Minor, not major. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay. That's good enough for now. Now I have to export this. I guess I want to use an MP3. Yeah, that should be fine. Music. Yeah. Don't care about any of this for now, just... There we go. go. It's in the game. Okay, I'm going to check one thing, because I've made a rhythm game before, like years ago. And you have to be very particular about your MP3 files. Because sometimes when you export, it adds empty space that you don't want. In this case, it happened because I only exported the chords and not the whole song. That's awesome. It's only exporting the chords. Let's see here. Mode full song, that's why. And let's make sure there's no setting for silence. Any random silence at the beginning or the end. We want the song to just start right away. I think we'll be okay. Yeah. I'm gonna cut the tail. Okay. Here, let's just go straight to the game folder. Just better work. Oh, there we go. Okay. Eventually we'll make it a real song, but for now, that's good enough. Yeah, it is adding like just a sliver of silence that might mess with things. So I'll just try to cut it like that. And at the end as well. Oh, we should add drums. Okay, I'm adding drums. Yeah. Let's just keep using the Kirby sound font because it sounds really good. If it has percussion. Looking for a kick drum. And if it doesn't have one, that's fine. There's like millions in the FL Studio libraries. Yes, good enough. And then let's switch patterns. There should be a way to set the pattern here. God, it's been forever. Let me turn the chords down. That might be panning. Oh god, I'm gonna need a refresher. Alright, well, we'll deal with that later. That's perfect. Let's export it. Oh god. Export. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think in the parent node for this scene, I'll just add a script. I'm not going to worry too much about code cleanliness. So let's add a script. Okay, and we just want to play the MP3 file at a certain point. I'll just play it at the start for now. Yeah. Okay, MP3 file. Here, instead of doing autoplay, I'm going to do a little countdown instead of just playing right when the game starts. So we'll create a timer that will serve as our countdown. Yes, get the countdown. And then I can just have this countdown play on start, one shot, auto start. Make it 3 seconds or something. And then we'll make a timeout callback on countdown timeout to run some code. When the timer finishes, and then we can tell our music player to start playing. And then I'm sure there's some function with a very specific name. What do we got? Yes, there is a play method. Ooh, and we can play it from a position. That might be useful. We'll see if that works. And I think in the process, method, just for debugging, I want to know where we are in the countdown. There should be like a time left function or a time left variable. Yeah, time left. Cool. Okay, if I run it, it takes 3 seconds, and then it plays the song. Nice. Okay, so the other thing I want to make a proper rhythm game is I need to know how far we are along in the song. Like I need a timestamp or some kind of number telling us how long the song has been playing for. And ideally I would get that from the audio player. Let's see. Yeah, get playback position. This is exactly what we want. So it's the position in the audio stream in seconds. So we're going to have to normalize it somehow with the length of the song. Okay. So we're going to put our game logic here in the process method. And let me just go ahead and assign our audio player to a variable. I'll call it music or something. Make sure to give it a type, audio stream player. Okay. So we can get the playback position, which is in seconds. And then I'm thinking I want to normalize it between 0 and 1, because every song might be a different length. It might not be useful to think of the position in terms of seconds. I'd rather think of it in terms of beats. So let's see if we can get the length of the song. We can seek to a position. We're cooking. That's what we're doing. What's up, Trayson? Stream playing, pitch scale, mix target. Anything about the length. I guess technically I know the length of the song, but it would be nice if we could get it in code. I mean, we could see what Google has to say. Ooh, looks like we have something. Stream.getLength, okay. You're trying to figure out if you should use Trello or Excel for game dev tasks. That's a good question. You can do a lot of cool stuff in Excel. I have used Trello a lot, but over time I devolve into just a long to-do list. This is my to-do list for this game. I've used Trello. That's what I'm using for the little guys game, but for this project, nothing crazy, just a long to-do list. Okay, looks like we have an audio stream class, and it has a getLength method, which is the length of the whole song in seconds. That's perfect. So that means we can say music.stream, right? .getLength. So both of these are in seconds. So we can get a value between 0 and 1. Welcome back, Red Doctor. How was your excursion? Ooh, I don't want to use the name position here, because that's overriding the actual position of the node. Okay, so we can get the relative position in the song. So what I want to do is basically tell the game when I want the player to press a button. So using this song, air quotes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have like 8 beats, I would say. So I need to have some kind of data structure or array or something that can map out where the beats are. Easiest thing would be an array. If we said for like beat 0, beat 1, and so on, we could have it be an array of booleans. That's a possibility. Although that might be kind of cumbersome to code with, but it's something we can do. Well, thank you, Rad Doctor, for risking your life to watch this. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, let's format the rhythm aspect like this for now. I definitely don't want to use an array of booleans, but we can keep it in this format while we're putting things together. So what I want to know is, at any point in time, should the player be pressing a button? for the button. I think I'm just going to have a one button rhythm game here. So should the player be pressing the button? Based on this array, knowing that there are 8 beats in this song, we can just get the length. Of our array, that's the number of beats. We want to get the current beat. And to do that, we can take this normalized playback position between 0 and 1, multiply it by the number of beats in the song, which will give us some value between 0, 1, all the way up to 7. But we should floor it or cast it to a whole number. And then we can check, should we be pressing the current beat? That's more or less how you program a rhythm game, but we're missing a lot of things. Did I figure out what I'm going to do for the exchange bit? You know, I really did not think of anything clever for the theme of the game jam. The game itself, it's gonna be like, they're basically just playing tennis with each other, you and the boss. That's kind of like, you're kind of exchanging the ball, I suppose. Where's my mock-up here? Yeah, you're gonna be hitting a ball back and forth between you and the boss to the rhythm of the song. Whether that has anything to do with the theme, exchange, who knows? But I just want to make this game. Okay, very simple test. To see if the player pressed the button at the right time. We can add an input event. Input map, add new action. I'll call it hit. And we'll add a key. Let's just do Z for now. I kind of want to allow any key press, since it's going to be a one button game. But we'll just do Z for now. Or I could even use the mouse, actually. Let's do left mouse button. Would I recommend a complete noob to code in Unity or Godot? A complete noob, you ask. I mean, I think you can do either. I mean, I met a lot of people who didn't know how to code at all until they used Unity, and then they made some pretty cool stuff. So I think you're capable of anything that you end up trying. But if you want an easier time, I would say Godot would be an easier time getting into it. I think it's a lot simpler. It's a lot easier to use. Especially if you want to make a 2D game. Okay, let's do action just pressed. Hit. And then okay, we need some kind of signifier for when we do a successful hit and a failed hit. Now I'm leaving a lot of gaps here. We're going to need a lot of additional checks. For example, we need a reasonable window for the player to be able to press the beat on time. They should be allowed to press it ahead of the beat or behind the beat. Now, Rad Doctor, have you tried either Godot or Unity? Have you installed them, played around with them? Okay, now let's show something on the screen when you get it right. Maybe it'll spawn a particle or something. Yeah, let's change this to a particle. Add a particle process material, 2D. And then let's set its lifetime. Yeah, one shot. Then make it a little more interesting. Give it a 360-degree spread, and then an initial velocity. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that gets the idea across. You have installed Unity, but the launch keeps crashing on your ancient laptop. That's another thing to note, is that Unity requires a lot of resources. Godot is a lot more lightweight. Probably better for laptops. Okay. GPU particles 2D is equal to. Okay, how does Godot 4 want you to load scenes? Oh, right, it wants a scene. Okay, and then here, while I'm coding, I'll put the music back on. A little bit of background noise. Hello there, Garlic Bread Tank in Twitch chat. What's up? Okay, success scene. Instantiate. Actually, no. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that at all. We can just have the particle be a member of our scene. Here, let's give it a type here. GPU particles 2D is equal to success. And we have this variable emitting, which should cause the particle to start playing. Yeah. There's also this function. Restarts existing particles. Probably don't need that. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, countdown. Okay, I think I think it's kind of working. I'm gonna need a few more things on the screen to help us understand what's going on. What we probably want is like a track over the screen that shows you what beats to press. Kind of like most rhythm games. So, yeah, we can do that. If we just draw a simple line, then we should just be able to draw it across the screen. Yeah. And that line's kind of thick, so let's make it smaller. Let's move this guy back. Move him like here or something. And then this gal, transform, reset. Move you over here. Thanks for stopping by, Rad Doctor. Have a good night. Okay. And then I'm gonna make this a child. I'll call it track, or it'll be a node 2D. Call it track. It's gonna have a line, and then I think I'm just gonna spawn circles onto the line that move to the left, just to give the player a little visual indicator of what's going on. So let's add a script to the track. And the scripts. And then I'm gonna spawn little dots. And we can use sprites for that. I'll just have to make a texture really quick. Yeah, that's good enough. Yep. Call it .png. .png. Okay, so the purpose of these little dots is we're going to put them on the track. They're going to move left, give you a little indicator of what's going on. Then I'm going to scale this up. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what I'm thinking is the track is going to spawn these as the song is playing, so I need some kind of function that will spawn a dot at the right time. Let's just go ahead and we're going to create a scene here. Dot scene is equal to preload scenes dot. Beautiful. Then we're going to set the position of the dot to the position of the line get the line 2D. Points 1. The second point. And then we'll add that dot as a child. Okay. So in the battle script, we need to spawn these dots ahead of time. So I need some kind of counter that keeps track of which beat or which beats we've loaded. So let's say I want to load 8 beats ahead of time and spawn 8 dots on the line. Where's that thing? That are going to move left and then despawn when they get to the left edge. So I'm going to set loaded beat to -1 or something. And then when we get the current beat, I think I want to say, well, the loaded beat is still less than the current beat plus 8. We're going to load the next 8 beats. Yeah, that sounds good. And this is when we can start spawning dots. So I'm going to give this file a class name so we can call methods on it. So now when we say track dot, yeah, there we go. Godot shows us the method name, spawn dot. So that will spawn dots ahead of time. We're still missing a few details. Just thinking about this, if the current beat is 0, I want us to load every beat from 0 to 7, essentially. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. I assume it's going to spawn all 8 dots at the same time. So let's yeah, we can just run it. Nice. There's a dot there. And I should have called this 8 times. One, two, three, four. I called it 9 times. We'll start at 0. Okay. Okay. So before the song even starts, I'm gonna want to spawn these dots. So what I could do is I could have like 8 beats of silence at the beginning of the song. Yeah, we can try that. Eight beats of silence for like a countdown. How's it going, AJ08 coder? Let's just add some percussion here. Perfect. Okay, 8 beats of silence and then music. Export that, MP3. Yeah. Okay, that'll be nice. because it means that at the beginning of the song, we have time to load in all the visual like dots on this track. So here's what we're gonna do. If the beats at the loaded beat is set to true, we're gonna spawn a dot. It says cannot use subscript operator. Sorry, that should be what should I name this? Call it song script. Okay, and then I say, do this so long as loaded beat is less than current beat plus 8. I'm gonna initialize loaded beat to 8 to when the song actually starts. Okay. Beautiful. I'm gonna run it. Kind of. So now that we have like 8 beats of silence, I'm gonna get rid of this countdown timer and just play the music immediately. It kind of works actually. Let's see, it should have spawned 4 dots. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's spawning them at the right times. Now we just need to make the dots move. And they need to move to the rhythm of the music. So that means I need like I need to lerp their positions. And I'm gonna start from the end of the track to the left side of the track. And this interval is going to be however many beats I expect the dot to be on the track. Which would be 8. 8 beats. So it's going to look something like this. where this variable here is going to be 0 when it spawns in, and it's going to be 1 when we want it to reach the end of the track. We just need information about at what moment in the song we spawned this dot, and then at what moment we expect the dot to be at the end. So we need 2 variables here, or 2 pieces of information. And I suppose what's the current time in the song? So we need to calculate all these things. And we'll calculate that when we spawn the dot. So we know for a fact the time we spawned this dot. That's the playback position, or the normalized playback position. And then we expect it to reach the end 8 beats later. So we're gonna add 2 parameters here. Start time and end time. Start time is whenever we spawned it. End time is that time plus whatever the length of a beat is. Which should be, let me think here. Oh, the length of the beat is just 1 divided by the number of beats in the song. So, yeah, that's the end time. And then we need some way to query for the current time. But we'll start with that. And so, yeah, I guess I'll just make another scene for the dot specifically, which I've done actually. So I just want a script for that. Call it dot.Godot. And then we want 2 things here. Start time and end time. And then in the dot script, we'll give it a class name. Dot. Okay, so we set its position, we set the start time, and we set the end time. Cool. So now I'm going to move some of this code here. Start position, vector 2. Vector 2. When it spawns, we'll set our position to the start position. And then every frame, we set our position to a lerp between the start and the end. Cool, and then this T, this interval, it's gonna be some kind of math here. What is this for? Good question. So there is a game jam happening called the Boss Rush Game Jam. It ends in 7 days, and I really want to make a game for it. So for the next 7 days, I'm making a boss rush. The game itself is going to be a rhythm game. With a handful of bosses here. This is you on the left, and then these 3 or 4 bosses, where you're essentially going to be playing tennis with them to the beat of a song. And that's it. Just wanted to put together a game from start to finish in 7 days. Thanks. Okay, the T here. Let me think here. We need the current time somehow. We'll get that somewhere. And basically I want to subtract the start time from the current time and divide that by the end time minus the start time. That should give us a number between 0 and 1. But now we just need that current time, which means we have to pass it down from this battle script up here. So we calculate it here. Normalized playback position. So how do I want to move that down? Well, I could do something interesting where I could add a script to our music node that does everything music related. And then I can move all of this music code out of the main script. And then I could reference that music node in the dot file. Sure, sounds good enough. I won't worry too much about the cleanliness or the structure of the code. We only have 7 days, after all. Okay, so we can get this normalized playback position. So let's just add a function here called get normalized playback position. And then yeah, just take all of this, put it in here. Then I don't need to refer to the music node because this is the music node. Great, so we can get the normalized playback position, which means we can use that in our main script give the file a class name so Godot knows about these methods. Cool. There it is. I cleaned some stuff up. Okay, now I want to use this in the dot class. But how do we get it? How do we get that music node? There's like a million ways we could do this. I think the way I'm gonna do it is it's gonna be kind of funky, but I'm gonna treat the music node like a singleton. There's definitely cleaner ways to do this. But we'll just do it like that for now. Yeah, treating it like a singleton node. I'm sure there's a million other ways we could do this, but this is good enough. Okay, all that said and done, we should have the dots moving on the track, but we'll see. Oh, it crashes, yeah. It crashed here. I assume it just didn't find the node. Probably want to do like get root or something. Get tree dot root. What is root? Root is a, oh, it's a window. Okay, let's run it again. Let's just mute the music. Is there a way to do that? Make it super quiet. Okay. It says get root not found in base self. I want to do get tree here. Restart. Okay, so what's happening? No function get node. Oh. So we have a scene tree. And the scene tree should come with like the root of the entire tree. There's get child, get index. Ooh, find child. Perfect. Find child. Did you lie to me? Scene tree. Oh, I was looking in the wrong file. We can do get nodes in group. Yes, I can do that. We can also get the root. Get nodes in group. Yeah. Alright, well, we can always look this up. Godot get singleton node from root node. Oh yeah, we can dereference it with /root. Huh. There's really no pretty way to do this. Maybe I should just put it in a group. That seems cleaner. That way we can do get first node in group. Look at that. Yes! And it crashes when it gets to the end. Hey, it's working. Okay. Just do a double check here, make sure we're not loading beats past the end of the song. Perfect. Took a bit of work. Okay. So we want to despawn it once t is greater than 1. So in that case, we just queue free. And return. So now they should be deleted. Nice. Okay. Now, I have some other ideas to make it feel more like a rhythm game. We can add an animation to our player. And let's go ahead and save the player as its own scene. Here we go. And then the player itself. Sorry, just resetting the position here. There you go. Let's add an idle animation that kind of sways to the beat of the song. Animation called idle. And so we want to animate the frame. And then insert a bunch of keys here. So I've already animated this, so it should just work fine. Hey there, Top Hat. Thanks for joining. What's up? Okay, so we want this animation to happen to the beat of the music. Which means I can't use Godot's default like playback here. I'm gonna have to manually set the frame. Based on the music, so I'm gonna have to write some code. It's night right now, you have to sleep. I'll appreciate you staying up. One day I'll go to sleep. One day. Okay, let's just add a script here for the player. Let's see, we want a couple things. We want the sprite. Just be sprite 2D. Animation player. And what we also want is the music node. Let me see if I can initialize that here with an onReady. That would be cool. Yes, I can. Oh, Godot's awesome. I'm gonna copy this, move it to the player script. So now the player knows about the music. The player knows how far we are along in the song. And I can use that to animate the player to the beat of the music. So I probably want to add a function here called like I want a function that tells us like how far we are in a current beat, in the current beat. Like, what do I mean? Like, I want it to be 0 when the beat starts and then 1 when the beat ends, essentially. You could call it like get beat position, but that's kind of ambiguous. Beat value. Get inner beat position. Okay, what if we did this? I'm trying to come up with a good name for this. Get beat. All right, let's not overthink it. I'm overthinking it. I'm gonna spend all day thinking of this method name. There's a word for this. What's the opposite of discrete? I don't want a discrete beat. I want a smooth beat. Continuous, yes, that's the word. Yes, so I'm going to take the playback position and then multiply it by the number of beats in the song. Yeah. Which means I need to know about the song script. Now, does Godot 4 let you specify the type of an array? Or is it just a generic array? Yeah, maybe it doesn't let you do that yet. That's okay. So we're gonna keep the song script in the music file. Song script, yeah, we're just gonna set it to this. We're gonna reorganize that later. Okay, so now the music file has some information, like the number of beats in the song. And we can start moving some of this code to the music file. We'll do that in a second. What is the game I'm working on? Oh yeah. So right now there's a game jam. It's called the Boss Rush Game Jam. And it's a month-long jam, but I'm just starting now because I've been really busy all of January. I mean, my car got stolen and a lot of work stuff. So, in the final week of the jam, I'm gonna make a game from start to finish. The idea is it's gonna be a boss rush, of course, but it's gonna be a rhythm game as well. I'm thinking that this is you, the character, and you're gonna fight all these guys over here. Basically, a rhythm game where you play tennis and hit the ball on the beat. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see how far we get. Sorry about your car. Yeah, it's okay. It was a really, really old car. So maybe it was all for the best. Maybe it was time to get a fresh car. It was a really bizarre scenario. They stole my car while it had a flat. Like, I got a flat tire, and I hadn't gotten a chance to fix it. So before I fixed the flat tire, I went out and my car wasn't there anymore. And I, did a police report and everything. Police found the car the next day, and the tire was fixed. They fixed my tire. They found my car, they fixed the tire. But I would still drive it, except they did a lot of drugs in the back, and it's kind of undrivable now. So I'm without a car, unfortunately. But for a moment there, I was like, hell yeah, they they fixed my tire for me. Very nice thieves. Okay, we have the continuous beat. And I'm going to use that to set the animation player position. So I should be able to use the advance function, which literally sets the position of the animation. I think that should be okay. So when the player spawns, let's just play the idle animation. What are you snacking on? Animation player current animation is equal to the idle animation. We'll just go ahead and okay. What we can do is we can get the fractional value of the continuous beat value. Oh, but the advance function is expecting a float that represents the time in seconds. That's okay. The animation is 1 second long. So if I just take this and subtract out everything to the left of the decimal point, it should play the animation on loop. I'm hoping. Well, that's not exactly it. Oh. Look at that. I have a feeling that I don't actually want to play the animation, because I think I'm fighting Godot. Godot's trying to play it at one speed, I'm trying to play it at a different speed. So the player ends up freaking out. Let's see here. We can set the next animation. We can play. We can use a custom speed, but I don't want to use a custom speed because the animation might desync with the music. I want it to be solely controlled by the music. I don't want them to be played in parallel. What's up, Solo Leveling? Thanks for joining. Let's see, we can use seek. Oh, I like this. We're gonna try seek instead. Ooh, you know what I can do? I can set the custom speed to 0 so that Godot doesn't try to fight me here. Custom blend, yeah, it doesn't matter. Custom speed, we're gonna set it to 0. And then I will control the animation speed. Okay. Maybe it's working, it's hard to tell. You're snacking on a toaster strudel. Love it. What type of game am I making? This is for a game jam called the Boss Rush Game Jam. It's a month-long jam, but I've only had time to start now. So there's a week left, and I'm making a boss rush. That is a rhythm game. You are this character on the left, and you're gonna fight all these bosses on the right. Basically, you're gonna play tennis with them to the beat of a song. And that's the game. Gonna try to finish it in 7 days. Thank you. All right, I think this worked. And I think what this means is that I can slow down the animation if I want. I think it's working actually. Let's try it divided by 4. Yeah, it's working. He's synced up with the dots in the background. That's really cool. What is the song gonna be? So I haven't fully made anything in FL Studio yet. I've planned a bunch of songs on like the piano. So eventually I'm just gonna write them up in FL Studio and export it. For now, I just have a test song. Here, we can turn on the volume there and see what it's like. I feel like it's not actually... I don't think those dots are on the right time. So I say end time is beat length times 8. What happens if I say times 4? What button is going to be used for playing the notes? I'm thinking it's going to be a 1-button rhythm game, maybe 2 buttons. But with 1 button, I figure just any button on the keyboard or using the mouse is good enough. I feel like the beats are out of sync a little bit. Right, so we have all of this space at the beginning. Oh, you know what we could do? I think I know what's up. think I need to slide this over, perhaps. No, it seems all right. Yeah, let's put the drums in the first 8 beats. Yeah. Any weird kind of delay? Oh, I only exported the drums. Mm-hmm. All right, what do we got here? Yep. Now, is there any silence at the beginning? Yes, there is. It seems like... How long is that? 0.03 seconds. Ugh. Get rid of that. Seems like at the end, too. Save that, and then... Yeah, just export. Mm-hmm. Cool. And does Audacity add anything? No, no random silence. Okay. Let's try it again. What is my dream game I want to make? That's a good question. I've had a lot of dream games over the years. One of them was like a top-down RPG. Probably never gonna do that. Another one was a rhythm game. I was working on it for a while, dropped it. Right now, I have a bigger project that I'm gonna put on Steam. That's a colony simulator. So I've been working on that, and I'm about to do some playtesting for it, so I'm excited about that. What are my opinions on the current Audacity update? I think it's good. Audacity is always great. I've never had an issue with Audacity. Is it like RimWorld? Yeah, it is like RimWorld. That's one big inspiration, although I'm trying to focus on different things. RimWorld's focused on story. I'm more interested in like getting as many like villagers as possible, and like automation and kind of just like crazy like magic and everything. I'm more interested in like building cool automation stuff than story. But yeah, RimWorld is a big inspiration, absolutely. I have some clips of it. Here, I'll show a GIF. This is what we're working on. Whoa. Just some little guys and some enemies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my big project right now. And I'm gonna put it on Steam. What was the first project I made in any coding language? in any coding language. The very first program I ever wrote was in Bash. I'm sorry, not even Bash. Microsoft Batch. BATCH. The scripting language for the Microsoft command prompt. That was the first thing I ever programmed in. I don't know why. I made like it was like a trivia game. Yeah, that was the first thing I ever did with programming. And then I learned Java, and then I tried making a bunch of like games like Mega Man and a bunch of platformers. It's out of sync. Now, why is it out of sync is the question. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to print some debug stuff. For instance, what is the length of the song in seconds? And then a couple other things. What's the initial playback position? And then, yeah. Okay, so the song is 6.8 seconds long. And then let's print out the start time and end time every time we create a new dot. End time. Well, these are funky. These are very funky values here. Is it what I expect at all? I don't think so. I don't think the first dot should spawn at 0.06. I don't think that's right. Let's rethink how we're doing this. I'm thinking the start time should actually be the loaded beat times the length of an individual beat. And then I could take that start time, add the beat length times 4. And we should get some nicer numbers here. Much nicer numbers. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the first beat starts at 0.5. I don't want it to start at 0.5. Let me think here. Basically, I want the first dot to spawn at the beginning of the song, and then I want it to reach the end of the track when the music kicks in. Oh, wait, I know what's happening here. I added too many beats to start with. That's right, there's only 4 measures. Only 4 measures right now. 1, 2, sorry, only 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Almost there. Do it. What's that top hat? Did you message me on Discord? Let's see, end time is the loaded beat. So we start loading at index 4. And we do 4 times the length of a beat, which is 1/12, I think. Oh, join the join the Discord for little guys. Yes. Correct. My advice to everybody is to join the Little Guys Game Discord in the description. Yes. Okay, so our math ain't, it's not mathin' right now. It's not mathin', but we're gonna get it. Basically, I want the first dot to spawn at the start of the song, which is correct. My numbers are all over the place. Yeah, maybe that's it. Ooh, that's starting to feel right. Almost there. God, so close. Let's see, we want to spawn 4. Let's see here. So it's actually synced up. It's just not spawning the dots at the right time. Or the right amount. It should spawn 4 dots. Let's see. Loaded beat. Oh yeah. That's why I was skipping a few. Okay, good. Really good. Now, it's spawning all of them, and they're synced up with the music, but Now they spawn at a weird time. But why though? Let's see, first one spawns at 0. I think it's just because there's some kind of delay when I start playing the song. So I'm gonna add that countdown timer again to start playing the song. But we'll make it 1 second. Wonder why they advance to the end like that. What do I think is the scariest Nintendo song? The scariest? I haven't thought about that. I mean, classic answer is Lavender Town, but probably something from Majora's Mask that had some creepy music. Now, why do they all start at a really weird position? I think I'm spawning these dots too late or something. Yeah, for whatever reason, they they start a quarter of the way through. That's awesome. Now, why would they start a quarter of the way through? I guess I'm just spawning them too late. I mean, we can look at the start time. Versus the current time. So it looks like I want them to come into existence at time 0, but I spawned them too late. I spawned them 0.08 beats too late. And that's kind of the story for the rest of them. My math just ain't mathin'. Well, it's good enough for now. We'll fix that. There's definitely a bug here. Oh, bug is a keyword. Look at that. It's highlighted. I'll put bug here. Dot spawn too late. Thing is, for the most part, it works. Okay. And we can just check if the song is over. Let's see here. Is there a method that checks if it's playing? Yes. will just return if the music is not playing. Are you the only one still sending stuff in chat? Yes, you're carrying the chat. Bernice says there's Crunchwrap Supremes in the fridge. Okay, that's awesome. Here, let's do about 15, 30 minutes more of deving. I wanted to finish the basic mechanics. So let's just, let's add the ability to press a button, and then maybe we can call it. Goodbye and good luck on my adventure. Thank you. Thank you, AJ. Enjoy your food. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good night. Okay. So we got this current beat thing going on here. So let me open up Sprite and think about what we want to do here. Let's choose a bigger canvas. Okay, so we have a bunch of beats going on. Beat 1, 2, 3, and the rest. And so I want the player to have a little bit of leeway before and after the beat. So I want the player to have some space here. We choose a different color. I don't know why I'm obsessing with the colors right now. Like a little bit of space before and after the beat. Like this. I don't know if this means anything. If the player presses a button at any point here, they press it here, 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 whenever, all of those will count as hitting the beat. So let's choose something a little more realistic. Maybe something like this. Okay, the song is moving along. Starting on the first beat, going to the, or starting on the, yeah, first, second, 0th technically. First, second, third, fourth, and so on. And if the current playback position is anywhere within this red box, we want to check if the player is pressing the button. And if they do, that's great, they did it. But if the player presses the button anywhere outside these red boxes, they messed up. Or if the playback position gets to the end of the box and the player never pressed the button, that also counts as a failure, a miss. Great. Glad I sorted that out. And to do that, I think what I want is that continuous beat variable. So this will be like, 1.5 to tell us that we're on the 1.5th beat, essentially. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah. Time flies. So what I want to do is I want to know pretty much how close we are to the current beat. You are a trooper, Top Hat. You're a trooper. Okay, the discrete beat is going to be the current beat of the song. Oh, I should annotate my functions. Okay, so now what I can do is I can take the discrete beat minus the continuous beat, and then to find out how far away I am from like the perfect time to hit the beat, I'll take the absolute value of that. And then I want to check if the discrete beat is within some kind of leeway, which we will compute. I'm glad, Top Hat. I'm glad. And so what will this leeway value be? I guess I want it to be like, I don't know. I don't know what kind of leeway most rhythm games will give you. We can look it up. Let me choose better vocabulary here. Rhythm game, beat. Oh man, what do I look up here? Beat duration. Don't forget to eat your snack. Always eat your snack. What would I call this? Alright, well, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna pick some kind of leeway here. Maybe a quarter of a second, we'll say. But we have to convert seconds to like this beat measurement we're using. So that means we need to know how many seconds are in a beat, essentially. So what is that? Let's see here. Seconds per beat. Well, we know how many seconds are in the song. And we know that the song is whatever number of beats there are. So we know that the song length what am I saying here? I guess I just take the length of the song and divide it by the number of beats in the song. So if the song is a minute and there's 4 beats, I do 60 seconds divided by 4 beats. It's 15 seconds per beat. Okay, cool. Great. That's math. What's the length of the song? Divided by the number of beats in the song. Okay. So now that we have the number of seconds per beat, if we multiply that by 0.25, I think I want beats per second, actually. Because then if I multiply that by 0.25 seconds, that gives us 0.25 beats. Yes, okay. Jeez. We're gonna flip this to beats per second. Our math is mathing. Okay, leeway is going to be 0.25 times music, get the number of beats per second. Good job, Top Hat. Okay, and then we're gonna create a constant for this. We're gonna give players a quarter of a second or so. Which is kind of a lot. And this is a quarter of a second in either direction from when the beat actually happens. Let's do 0.05 0.125. And then I'm gonna try to come up with a way to visualize this. Okay, did a whole bunch of math here. What in God's name is this? What have I done? The distance from the beat. Is within our leeway. If the distance from the beat is within our leeway. Hello, Reese. What's up? Oh yeah, top hat. Yeah, there is a pH in there. Okay, hang on. We're printing a lot of stuff here. Probably don't need those for now. Get rid of this. Ta-ta. Nice. Okay, it seems to be working pretty well. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 frames or so of leeway here. 14 frames. Wow. I might want to expand that a little bit. Because 14 frames is... What is that? Yeah, a quarter of a second. I might want to expand that a little bit. That seems a little too difficult. And we could always allow the player to be offbeat, but just grade them on how close they are to the beat. That way they don't feel as bad if they don't get it perfect. Okay, so this is perfect. Now we have a condition to check for the player input. Oh, I should mention, Reese, that the game we're working on today, this is a short game jam game. It's is a boss rush rhythm game, and the jam ends in 7 days. So I'm just throwing something together in 7 days. Some kind of rhythm game where you basically just play tennis with bosses to the beat of some music. Now the little guys game, yeah, we'll jump back on that after the week is over. This is the first time I've gotten to do really any game dev this month. After just a long, busy month where my car got stolen and had a bunch of work to do. But we're back. We are back. We're so back. I'm sorry, Top Hat. I promise there won't be any math after this. Will Glorgborg be in the tennis game? Yes. You'll be a secret boss. Okay, I should check here if we're actually supposed to press this beat. Hang on, I feel like the math here is still wrong. Once all this math is over and done with, then it's pretty much just going to be like visual effects and music and all that. But we just gotta get this over with. Okay, it's kind of doing what we want to do. If we're supposed to press the button at this time, then we did a good job. What's the face in the middle? I'm thinking this guy. This is a smarmy guy who's like making us fight each other. He's ambiguously the bad guy, and then it turns out he's the final boss at the end. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna throw him at the top of the screen, make him like react to stuff. Mainly just to fill the visual space, but he's the orchestrator of all of this. Am I fixing the placement of the notes? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let me check this again. I want to take this value, which could be like 0.55, it could be 0.34 or whatever, but I want both of those to be converted to 1. How is that head thing kind of realistic-ish? I don't know. That's just what he looks like. Here, I have more drawings. Where are they? Yeah. This is how I mock up stuff, by the way. Trying to think of the right colors and character design stuff. Here's a turtle. Why is he so realistic? I don't know. Thought it looked cool. Yeah, for game jam stuff, I try not to think too hard about what I'm doing. Just try to do it. Okay, so how do I take this decimal beat and convert it into an actual beat? Let's see here. Why is he realistic? I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to draw a realistic face, I guess. Let's see, if I take this value and I add 1, that'll get us 1.55, 2.34. No, that's not it. If I had 0.5, it'll be 1.05, and then I'll floor this. Okay, just getting all the math out of the way. Okay. So now we have to check if we're supposed to press the current beat. Discrete beat. Okay, it never gets here. Why? Oh, wow. What in the world? Wrong function. Yes. Oh, it worked. It worked. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm just gonna spam it. Success, success, success. Oh, that's good. All of these logs are a very good sign. Oof. Okay, that's great. That's really good. That is really good. Oh my god, it's actually a rhythm game. Still missing some things. So let's make it so that you can miss a beat and then probably call it for the night. Yeah, okay. This shouldn't be too hard. Okay, first thing is what happens when it's time to press a beat. We have a couple of failure conditions here. Let's create some variables for the class here. If we successfully hit the current beat, that's already the name of something. Okay, if it's time to hit the beat and we pressed the button, we're going to say we hit the beat. What this means is that we don't worry about executing 2 success events. It's only going to happen once. And now, once the beat ends, once we're out of this leeway, we're going to reset that hit beat flag. Now there's a scenario here where we're not supposed to hit this beat. But we're pressing the button. That's a failure. We were not supposed to hit that beat. Then we can use the same hit beat flag. So we're not going to read player input once they've already submitted their action. Okay. One last scenario here is if you press the button outside of the leeway, that's also a failure. And then, oh man, there's one more error scenario. There's one last possibility here. Let me comment on all these. Pressed button on at right time. This is the right time, wrong beat. This is wrong time. And so one last check here. Where if we completely missed a beat, I think I want to say, if we get here and we already hit a beat, but we were supposed to. If we were supposed to hit this beat, this is a tough condition to check for. Basically, we want to do a check only once when we reach the end of our leeway here. We want a check to happen here, only once. And then we don't want to check it again until we reach the end of the next beat. So let's make another flag for that. Making kind of spaghetti code, but it's a game jam. See you later, Top Hat. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So we're just going to do one check here. If we were supposed to hit this beat, but we completely missed it. We didn't press a single button. Then that's a failure scenario. Phew, okay. So this is the wrong time, but we were supposed to press it, but we just didn't. Okay, a lot of weird checks here. But that's a rhythm game for you. Okay, good, good. Interesting. So it's kind of working, except it's not, these checks aren't happening at the right time, I don't think. Yeah, they're like every other beat for some reason. Let's see here. Let's make it a lot simpler. Let's reduce the number of beats here. Yeah, okay, that seems better. Just trying to get an idea of what's happening. That failure message, it feels like it's coming too late. I mean, to be fair, the leeway is 1/4 of a second, which I suppose is a long time. Okay, sure. If I made it even smaller, like that, I'm sure we'll get the failure message sooner. Okay, sure. All right, now let's try it. I missed it. Got it. I got both beats. Okay, now it should fail pretty much anytime I press failure. Nice. Or pretty much anytime I click outside of the leeway. Now the only problem is if I spam click, it still sees it as a success for some reason. Yeah, it shouldn't be registering those. Let's see, pressed depends on if we've hit the beat so far. No, that makes sense. I think we're okay here. I think our logic is fine. Yeah, okay. Great. Took 3 hours, but we got it. We made a whole new Godot project. We set up our scene. Very basic, like, visual here for the beats, which we might not use in the game, but they're very useful for debugging. Oh, man. That's the bulk of it. That's the bulk of it. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. We got a lot done. We really kind of had to struggle through the logic here, but we got it working, so I'm happy about that. A lot of just random math and conditions here, but this is good. This is good. Thank you to everybody who came by the stream, said hello, chatted a little bit. Yeah, probably gonna stream maybe Tuesday, I think. and just keep working on this for the next 7 days. See how far we get. Cool. Thank you, everybody, and see ya.